Justin secretly mopped floors for $8.5. Fahar, single mom boss, fired him on camera. Then his goodbye text made her lose everything. Rachel Torres stared at her phone, and what she saw was about to destroy her entire life. A text message. From Jake, the guy she fired yesterday. But wait a minute. How did Jake have this phone number? And why was the profile picture? Oh my God. The 19th of August, 2023. Phoenix, Arizona, West Valley. Rachel was sitting in her tiny apartment. Her 4-year-old son Miguel was sleeping in the next room. The phone in her hand was shaking, because the text she just received wasn't from Jake the janitor. It was from Justin Bieber. Let me tell you how this happened. February 2023. Justin Bieber was exhausted. Tours, interviews, social media, paparazzi. He couldn't breathe. His therapist had told him something that stuck in his mind. You need to remember who you were before fame, before money, before everything. Justin thought about it for days. And then he made a crazy decision. He was going to get a normal job. A real job. Minimum wage. No fame. No recognition. Just work. But here is the thing. He didn't tell anyone. Not his manager. Not his wife. Not his team. He just disappeared. The 1st of March 2023. A guy named Jake Morrison walked into Burger Palace on McDowell Road in Phoenix. Baseball cap, thick glasses, fake beard, regular clothes from Walmart. The manager was a tired-looking woman in her early 30s, Rachel Torres, single mom working 70 hours a week, barely making rent. Jake filled out the application. Minimum wage, $8.5 an hour. Night shift janitor, mopping floors, cleaning toilets, taking out trash. Rachel barely looked at him. Another random guy who probably wouldn't last a week. She hired him on the spot because she was desperate for help. And just like that, Justin Bieber started mopping floors at a fast food restaurant in Phoenix, Arizona. March through August, 5 months. 153 days to be exact. Jake came to work every single night, 11 p.m. to 7 a.m., the graveyard shift when the restaurant was closed to customers. When it was just him and 2 other janitors and Rachel, he mopped. He scrubbed. He hauled garbage bags that leaked and smelled terrible. He cleaned grease traps that made him gag. He did everything. And here is where the story gets interesting. Rachel hated him. Not because Jake was a bad worker. Actually, he was the best janitor she'd ever had. He showed up on time. He never complained. He worked harder than anyone else. Rachel hated him because he was too nice, too positive, too happy. You see, Rachel was drowning. Single mom, abusive ex-husband who paid no child support. Medical bills from Miguel's asthma, car payments, rent debt. She was angry at the world, and Jake's constant smile made her even angrier. Every night Rachel would find something to criticize. The floor wasn't clean enough. He missed a spot. He was taking too long. He wasn't working fast enough. Jake never argued. He just smiled and said okay and did the work again. The other janitors noticed. They told Jake he should quit. This job wasn't worth the abuse. But Jake kept coming back. Night after night. Month after month. June 2023. Something happened. Rachel's car broke down. She needed $800 for repairs. She didn't have it. The restaurant owner wouldn't give her an advance. She was going to lose her job because she couldn't get to work. The next morning, Rachel found an envelope in her locker. Inside was $800 in cash. No name, no note, just money. Rachel asked everyone, "Who did this?" Nobody knew, or nobody would say. 2 weeks later, Miguel had an asthma attack. Emergency room? $1,200 that insurance wouldn't cover. Rachel was having a panic attack in the restaurant office. The next day, another envelope appeared. $1,200. Same thing, cash. Anonymous. Rachel started to suspect Jake. But how? He was making $8.5 an hour just like her. There was no way he had this kind of money. Rachel started to suspect Jake. But how? He was making $8.5 an hour just like her. There was no way he had this kind of money. The 15th of August, 2023. Everything changed. A customer came into the restaurant during Rachel's day shift. He stared at the employee photos on the wall. Then he pulled out his phone, started recording. The customer walked up to Rachel with a strange smile. He showed her his phone, a Reddit thread. Someone had posted a blurry photo from inside the restaurant. Jake the janitor, mopping floors. The title of the thread is "This Justin Bieber Working at Burger Palace in Phoenix." Rachel's heart stopped. She looked at the photo. Then she looked at Jake's employee picture on the wall. The beard, the glasses, but the eyes. Oh God. The eyes. The thread had 47,000 comments. People were investigating, analyzing Jake's height, his build, his mannerisms. Someone posted a side comparison. Jake next to a recent paparazzi photo of Justin. Different beard. Same jawline, same tattoos on the hands. Rachel scrolled through the comments. Her hands were shaking. That is definitely him. Look at the neck tattoo. Why would Justin Bieber work at a fast food place? This is fake. My cousin works there. She says Jake is super nice and works harder than anyone. Rachel felt sick. She looked at Jake's employee file on the computer. Jake Morrison, address in Tempe, phone number, social security number. Everything looked real, but was it? She thought about the envelopes, the cash, the timing, the kindness. Oh God, had Justin Bieber been saving her life for 5 months while she screamed at him every single night? Rachel made a decision. A stupid decision. The worst decision of her life. She was going to fire Jake on camera and post it online. Expose him. Go viral. Maybe get money from selling the story. The 18th of August, 2023. Jake came in for his night shift, like always. Rachel was waiting with her phone recording. She didn't ask if he was Justin. She didn't say thank you for the money in the envelopes. She didn't acknowledge that he'd been the best employee she'd ever had. Rachel just started yelling, accusing him of lying on his application, using a fake name, deceiving the company. She recorded everything. His confused face, his quiet acceptance, his sad eyes. Then she said the words, "You are fired. Get out. Don't come back." Jake took off his work uniform, folded it neatly, put it on the counter, and walked out without saying a single word. Rachel immediately posted the video online. Justin Bieber caught working at Burger Palace, fired on camera. The video went viral. 2 million views in 6 hours. 10 million by the next morning, 50 million by the end of the week. But here is what Rachel didn't expect. The reaction. People weren't celebrating. They were furious. At her, the comments were brutal. Thousands of them, tens of thousands. Why did you fire him? He was just trying to be normal. He worked hard for 5 months and you humiliated him. You recorded him without permission. You exploited him for views. You are disgusting. Rachel tried to defend herself in the comments. You don't understand. I didn't know. He lied on his application. But the internet doesn't care about explanations. The hate kept coming. He mopped your floors. He cleaned your toilets. He did the work nobody else wanted to do, and you treated him like garbage. Rachel's personal Facebook was found, her Instagram, her address. People started calling the restaurant, threatening her, demanding she be fired immediately. Then other employees started talking, creating their own videos, sharing their own stories. Jake was the nicest guy ever. He helped everyone. He stayed late when we were short. Staffed, he brought food for the team. Rachel treated him like garbage. And he never complained once, not even once. The envelopes Rachel had posted about her mysterious helper months ago on Facebook. People connected the dots. Jake had been giving Rachel money, anonymously, while she was verbally abusing him at work. The internet exploded. Number Rachel Torres Zistrash started trending. People were calling the restaurant, leaving 1-star reviews demanding Rachel be fired. The 19th of August that morning, Rachel's phone buzzed, a text from an unknown number. She opened it, and her world ended. The text was simple, just a few words, but they destroyed everything. Hi Rachel, it is Jake, or Justin. I guess you know now. I just wanted to say thank you for the opportunity to work at your restaurant. Those 5 months taught me more about life than any stadium ever could. I hope you and Miguel are doing well. The envelopes were from me, by the way. I know how hard you are working. I've been there. My mom raised me alone too. She worked 3 jobs. I remember what that looked like. I wanted to help. I am sorry if my presence at your restaurant caused you problems. That was never my intention. I just wanted to remember what normal felt like. Take care. Rachel read it. Then read it again. Then again. And then she started crying. Not cute crying. Ugly sobbing. The kind where you can't breathe. Because she realized what she'd done. Justin Bieber hadn't been lying to her. He'd been trying to heal himself. Trying to be a regular person. Trying to escape the prison of fame. And he'd chosen her restaurant, her team, her floors to mop, and, instead of kindness, she'd given him abuse. Instead of gratitude for the anonymous money, she'd given him humiliation. Instead of privacy, she'd given him viral exploitation. The next day, Rachel lost everything. The restaurant owner fired her. Not because of the video, because of the backlash. The restaurant was getting death threats. Customers stopped coming. The owner had no choice. Rachel's apartment complex saw the video, saw the viral hate. They asked her to leave. Too much negative attention. Her ex-husband used the video in court, claimed she had poor judgment, fought for custody of Miguel, and won. Within 1 week, Rachel Torres went from struggling single mom to unemployed, homeless, and separated from her son. She tried to apologize publicly, posted a tearful video. I am so sorry, Justin. I was wrong. I was bitter. I was angry at my life and I took it out on you. Please forgive me. But the internet doesn't forgive. Comments flooded in. You had a literal angel working for you and you treated him like trash. You got exactly what you deserved. This is karma. September 2023. Rachel was living in her car, sleeping in parking lots, showering at truck stops, applying for jobs, but nobody would hire her. Everyone recognized her face from the viral video. She tried everything. Changed her hair, wore sunglasses to interviews, used her middle name. Nothing worked. The video had 89 million views now. The worst part wasn't the homelessness, it was Miguel. Her baby was living with her ex-husband now. Rachel would drive by sometimes, just to see the house, just to watch Miguel play through the fence. He looked happy, and that destroyed her. One night Rachel's phone rang. Unknown number. She almost didn't answer. A man's voice. Not Justin, his manager. Justin wanted me to call you. He has been following what happened to you. He wants to help. Rachel started crying immediately. Number, no please. I don't deserve his help. I was horrible to him. Tell him I am so sorry. Tell him I don't deserve anything. The manager's voice was gentle. He knows, Rachel. He knows. But he wants to help anyway. That is who he is. 3 days later, Rachel received an email. A job offer not from Justin directly, from a children's charity in Phoenix. Office manager position. $52,000 a year, full benefits. Housing assistance included. The email was professional. But at the bottom, one line. Someone who believes in second chances recommended you for this position. Rachel got the job. Got an apartment. Got Miguel back through family court. Started rebuilding her life. But here is the thing. She never heard from Justin again directly. No phone call, no meeting, no public reconciliation. Just quiet help. Just like the envelopes. October 2024, 1 year later, Rachel was doing better. The charity job was good. She worked with struggling families, single moms. She became the person she'd needed. Then something happened. A package arrived at her apartment. No return address. Inside was a Burger Palace uniform. The one Jake had folded and left on the counter, and a note. Rachel, I kept this to remind myself that real work is honorable. That normal life is precious. That people who are hurting sometimes hurt others. And that everyone deserves grace. You gave me 5 months of normalcy when I desperately needed it. Even if you didn't know it. Even if you were struggling yourself. Thank you. I hope you are healing too. Rachel framed the note. Put it on her wall, a reminder. Of her worst moment and of undeserved grace. Today Rachel works at that charity. She tells her story to anyone who will listen. Not to excuse what she did, but to show what grace looks like. I was drowning, and I hurt someone who was trying to help me, and instead of revenge, he gave me a second chance. That is not celebrity kindness. That is human goodness. Justin Bieber never posted about the experience. Never did an interview. Never wrote a song about it. He just lived through it, learned from it, and quietly help the person who hurt him. Because that is what real kindness is. Not the kind that gets applause. The kind that nobody sees. The kind that happens in envelopes and anonymous phone calls and second chances. Jake Morrison mopped floors for 153 days, made $8.5 an hour, got abused by his boss, got fired on camera, got exposed to the world, and then he helped the person who destroyed him. If this story moved you, remember that everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about. The person serving your food, cleaning your floors, taking your order. They might be an angel in disguise, or they might just be a human being trying their best. Kindness doesn't need recognition, it just needs to be real.